Hello, everyone. Welcome to our discussion that we're going to have today about how others, what their behavior is that we don't necessarily always agree with, that we may find frustrating or irritating, how that's really a mirror of something going on inside of us. This is Roger and Lou. Welcome to our homes. I am Lou Urban. I'm a transformational coach and energy worker. My energy work primarily focuses on removing energetic blockages for others. And my co-host is...
Hi, I'm Roger Dawson. I'm a certified Law of Attraction life coach and a certified hypnotherapist, and I too do some things within the energy realm. So welcome to our homes.
Welcome, everyone. Like I said, we want to have a discussion about those behaviors or choices that others make when they are not necessarily positive, what we judge as not being positive. What does that really mean? Is that a mirror of us, of something that we have an opportunity then to look at within ourselves? What do you think about that, Roger?
Well, it is a mirror of us, I believe. There's usually somebody, right, at your job that can just aggravate the heck out of you, right? And, and prior to learning the many things that I have on my journey, certainly in this universal law world that I live in, I'm now very aware when something bothers me. Wow, what is it in me that they've stirred up? Because that is where I need to do some healing on myself.
Absolutely.
Right. And so having that awareness, it allows me to go there and continue to shine light on it, to heal it, to help get past that, because that is, something in me that is not in alignment with source.
Oh, I agree with you 100%. I find that oftentimes when there's that I've judged something in others that is not necessarily, I'm saying that they shouldn't be that way for whatever reason. That's always a highlight for me, that I am in some way judging myself for that same behavior. I believe that you can't recognize something in somebody else that isn't present in yourself as well.
Oh, very well put. Absolutely.
So when I'm judging that other person, I go, oh my gosh, where am I showing up in my life that same way? It really is a big aha for me when I get to that point.
Oh.
And oftentimes that's rooted in a belief, that there's some belief that I have that somebody's taught me somewhere along the way that, in order to be this kind of a person, you have to have this behavior. And when that behavior is not showing up, when someone's doing something that's the opposite, well, then they're not a good person, or they're not acting right, or they're whatever the judgment is. It really highlights for me that there's something that I need to dig into in order to be able to recognize what I need to shift within myself.
Yeah. Well, so when you recognize that, what is your process to kind of get back in alignment with source on that subject, that situation?
Sure. First and foremost, I drop into my heart. The judgment's coming from the logical mind. Okay. So I drop into my heart and I ask for, what is it within me that needs to have the light shined on it? Because, that sometimes that stuff is in the shadow. So what needs to come to light for me so that I can adjust it? And oftentimes I hear the answer. Does that make sense?
Makes total sense. Yeah.
Okay.
Because certainly there's a lot of people out there that might seek your services as an energy worker to help them heal and release whatever thing that they saw through the mirror, right? And I was just curious how you, as an energy worker, kind of handle it, because we can certainly heal ourselves or break past a blockage or whatever. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And there are times that, I certainly have to go to others as well. It's not that everything is revealed to me.
Mhm,
I
mhm,
go to other energy workers and of course coaches to
mhm.
be able to, like yourself, Roger, to help me to figure out what it is that's really going on in that
Right.
circumstance. Because, when we're oftentimes when it's on the inside, we can't really see it until we talk to somebody about it on the outside,
Right.
get it external, then you can really see what it is.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway, those people, those other people are creating that opportunity, I think. And what do you think that maybe the biggest part of that is not necessarily the changing, but the being aware of it?
Yeah, definitely the awareness, I can, like I said, I always kind of go to, that pesky relative that just gets under your skin or whatever. And, there was a time when, man could judge and talk and just, they're blah, 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 whatever. And now it's like, oh my gosh, I become very thankful that they've brought up this emotion in me because then I can go off and heal it, and get past whatever they did that drove me crazy was really within me, and now I can go get that kind of processed and on its way, to a better place. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I've become very thankful for those folks that get on my last nerve.
Oh my gosh, you bring up a wonderful point too. It's in that when in feeling that irritation, you can move it to gratitude easily just
Hmm.
by recognizing this person is giving me an opportunity and being grateful to that person for holding up that mirror. That's awesome, Roger. I love that.
Yeah, yeah, the things that we do, and and the other thing that we both have mentioned, it is just being aware, and honoring each of us where we're at. The fact that somebody got under my skin have the awareness to try to, do something with it, and take ownership of that, how they made me feel, but really is within me, right? So, because they
Uh-huh.
didn't make me feel anyway,
Nope.
right? The accountability piece there.
That's exactly right.
And you're right. That's really where a good coach, life coach, or energy worker can really kind of help prod and bring those emotions to the surface, so that you can process them, and you can choose to hang on to them, or sometimes might take years to kind of pick away at getting to the core of whatever really drove you crazy, because it might present itself that somebody has a laugh that gets on your nerves. Well, really, it could be something else at the very root of that. That's just a symptom of something that's a little bit deeper.
Absolutely. Yes. It's not necessarily the action, it's what it triggers within us.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah, I agree with you. And that trigger, that action that other person is doing to trigger that within us is not necessarily what's irritating us. You know, you brought up the person with the laugh, just to say an example on that. If someone has a really hearty and joyous laugh, you
Mhm.
know, are you really irritated about the laugh? Or is it that you're irritated because you've never felt that level of joy?
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
just as one possible alternative.
oh yeah, totally. Yeah, that's a great example, because you're right. It's, what is at the root of it, and I think that that's one of the things that you have to have a desire to want to understand what is behind all of these different levels of the 7-layer cake. So
Absolutely. Or more sometimes.
right.
There are so many layers sometimes.
Yes, yes, right. But,
Yeah,
but again, some people, it's always somebody else's fault. It's not really,
totally.
yeah, yeah. So, and again, not everybody's ready to admit that it might be something within them.
Yeah, I do agree with you.
You know,
Yeah,
because sometimes I'm not. I've got to like I'm not ready to go down that path. I'm not ready. So,
Hmm. Oh, absolutely. In the energy work that I do, there is people will only release or move the energy that they're ready for. We have to have some sort of consistency in our container, and so we do small shifts.
right,
And
right.
so, yeah, that first layer might be something very small.
Hmm.
You get into the deeper layers when you're ready for it, and more moves. Yeah.
Yeah.
And really, that blaming is a defense mechanism.
Totally it is. Yes.
When we blame others for our experience, all that is a sign that we're not ready to be able to really attack that and change that within ourselves.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But yeah, everyone externally, everything that's external to us, excuse me, sorry, is a mirror of what's going on inside of us. So it's not just their behaviors, it's the way that they are showing up too, is we recognize what's a mirror of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Good
Wow.
stuff. Good stuff. Well, it's really, it's things that make you think about. And certainly, as you're going about your day, well, for the rest of today or tomorrow, whatever, hopefully this will help somebody just, as you have an interaction, you're thinking, oh my, this just really, you know, you know, got to me. And quite frankly, we've kind of talked about the negative side of this. You
Yeah.
can also mirror, it could be a joyful situation as well. And
Exactly.
that's another sign that, wow, you're in alignment and in flow, as you see things that bring joy to you.
Yes. Yeah, and I think that even in that awareness, even if you're in alignment or out of alignment, I think that just being aware that that person is affecting how that person is affecting you, it's also an opportunity to just go into a space of gratitude,
Yeah.
whether or not you're ready to acknowledge what's going on with inside of you or not. It's a place to move from if it is an irritation, to move from irritation to gratitude, just knowing that that person is a mirror.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Agreed. Agreed. Good stuff. Good stuff.
absolutely. So, Roger, anything else you want to say about this?
I'm good on this topic for
Okay,
today.
me too. Thanks to everyone for joining us for this discussion. If you want to know more about Roger, you can go to his website at rogerkdawson.com. And if you'd like to know more about me, go to louurban.com. We thank you so much for joining us. And if you do have any thoughts about this, please reach out to us. We'd love to continue this discussion with you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. Namaste.